Hey, my name is Gabby, and I will be sharing with you my TOEFL experience. I took the test on September, I don't know what date, but September in 2021. I found some mistakes that I made, and I would like for you to not make them when you take the test. So let's talk about scores real quick. I've taken the TOEFL IBT twice, and the first time I really studied for it. I studied a whole year. I was in high school and I got 111. I think I could have gotten higher, but I really didn't like studying for the test. That's what I remember from my TOEFL classes. But now I didn't study very much. Like, I studied what I teach, right? I got 105 as a total score out of the 120. Now, do I recommend studying? Yes, of course. And I'm going to share with you my mistakes that you can avoid while you're studying. So let's break down my experience, why don't we? Here is a screenshot and a breakdown of my score. So as you can see, my lowest score was the listening. I do remember being very distracted and being very tired. It did seem internal. I think they included some extra questions in there just for test takers. I mean, that's the only way I can explain it. I wrote down a lot of details, but I didn't write down the main ideas or the details that they were asking me for, which were the most important ones, but I just wasn't listening correctly. My tip for you is to make sure that your notes are concise, that they're organized, and that you're actually listening and not just copying down everything that is being said. Also, another tip for this section is to review and remember the common types of questions that exist in the listening section, because that way when you're listening to it, you can kind of identify, okay, so this part of the listening could help me for this question. Now, for the reading section, I spent too much time just kind of reading the instructions because I didn't remember it. My tip for you is to memorize the instructions and to really make sure you know what you're doing in the reading section. And also, a strategy that I like to practice in the reading is to identify my easiest questions that I can answer right off the bat, kind of like the vocabulary questions. I think those are very easy. I just need to go back and maybe double check the meaning in the text. The other questions, like the summary type questions or the insert the sentence in the text, those take me a lot longer. So I'd like to get the vocabulary questions out of the way quickly so that I can focus on the other questions comfortably, knowing that I have a little bit more time. In short, collect as many points as you can from the beginning and then focus on the points that are a little bit harder to achieve at the end. Okay, the speaking section was my best score. I think I could have done a little bit better in question 2 and 3, but what's happening was exactly the same thing as in the listening. Whenever there was a listening, I would kind of blank out or start thinking about the reading or double check the question or check my notes, or I was doing everything but. So what I think in this one is to really save the time and to allow yourself to be listening in the listening section and to take good notes, and then allow yourself to read, and then allow yourself the 30 seconds to just think about organization and think about your starting statement. The writing section. Now, I did like the writing section. I loved the topics that I got. I think I got one on education and I got really absorbed into the topic and delivering a really good answer. So that was actually not as great as I expected it to be. I thought you would like to get a topic that you're really passionate about. It can work against you because you're so passionate and you don't have a lot of time to develop it. That's kind of what happened in the writing section. I wasted a lot of time on writing rather than checking. I usually give myself more editing time because that's what really makes your writing look polished and nice and neat. And at the end, I didn't finish editing because my time was cut off. Therefore, my time management wasn't the best it could be, and I wasn't able to review it fully in the end. So my tip to you is to try doing different things in the writing section before the test, right? So in your practice time, try writing an outline and see if that reduces your writing time a little bit and gives you a little bit more editing time. Or try just starting to write and then organizing your ideas and then editing and see which one you like best. And it's very important that you check your time management, like check how much time you need to make an outline or check how much time you need to edit at the end, so that when you're writing in the test, you know exactly when you need to be cut off for yourself and know when to start the next section or the next part of the section, which is the editing, or to continue writing if that's what you need. So with that, I'm concluding this video. I hope that the tips and tricks and my experience was helpful. If you need any more tips or if you have any more questions about the test, leave that in the comments below. I would love to create something extra for you.
Wanna be side by side. I wanna be side by side.